To cyst?
I think so, yeah, because so there's a little punctum right there, you know, what I talked to you about it before, and I'm gonna go right in that area, make sure I'm not hurting you. Yeah, I think so, because you have more oily, people with acne, not saying you, but people have more oily complexion, so they're probably more prone to getting these like kind of cysts under them, but anybody can get them. Not hurting you, right?
Mm-mm.
Good. Some of that off here. We're trying to use a little punch to get small hole as possible, but I do think this is bigger than it looks on the surface. And it's hard to push against you, so I'm gonna push kind of hard, okay? Just make sure I'm not hurting you. There's a little wall. Let's see if I can pull that out now. Just kind of pushing and pulling a little bit because we're trying to loosen this up around here so I get out the whole sac in its entirety. So how often do you go back to Jamaica?
I try to go annually.
Oh, that's nice. I don't know. You know, my husband, was my boyfriend back then, we went to Jamaica when we were in medical school. We kind of have a really funny story, but I think it's actually going to prevent us from going back because it was kind of a scary thing for us.
Oh.
Well, for my husband, he's very like honest and does things by the law, but we went to this resort that was all inclusive, but we were poor, struggling medical students, so we were not inclusive. And but one of the waiters there, he said, hey, he was, you know, with his Jamaican accent, he said, hey man, I'll help you out. You just use this card, you know, we paid him like $20, and he said, you just use this card and just say you're the Underhills or something it was, you know, and you get all your drinks for free. So we were there for a week, and we were loving life, my husband. We were like getting all our drinks for free. You're just giving our card. And one time we were at the beach, and he said, oh, I'll go to the beach bar and I'll grab you a drink. And when he came back, he was like white. He looked like, you know, he saw a ghost or something. And he said, oh my gosh, I went to the bar and I ordered a drink. And I said, we're the Underhills. And the guy working there said, oh, you're the Underhills? Like, the guy's right here. And they were sitting at the bar.
Oh.
Yeah, and he was, but he said the lucky thing was apparently those people didn't speak English. They might have, I think they spoke German or something like that, and so they didn't really understand what happened. So, oh my God, it was so funny because then he was so scared. The guy who helped him out and gave him that card, we went back to room, and that guy who gave him the card called our room and said, oh no, the manager called our room. That's what happened. The manager called our room and said, hey, we heard you were doing this. We've been hearing that this has been going on, and I know who gave you that information, and we're going to prosecute or whatnot, he was saying. And as he was on that line, call waiting went through, and my husband answered the other line, and it was the guy, and he was like, don't tell him anything.
Oh, yeah, that sounds scary.
Yeah, it was scary for him. He was so scared. The next day we were leaving on a plane. Actually, we happened to be going the next day, and our plane left at 3, and my husband made us pack up, and I was in the airport like from 8 a.m. to 3 the next day.
Oh, he was ready to go.
He was scared. He was like, we're gonna be trapped in a jail here in Jamaica.
Yeah, around the resort areas, a lot of people get scammed.
Yeah. You're all done.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm gonna show it to you too.
I cannot believe how fast that was. They said half an hour.
Well, it depends on how the size of the excision. We did a punch here too. Simply see this.
Oh my God.
See the sac right there? We squeezed part of it out, but that's it. We squeezed it out. So that's all the internal contents. No, we got the whole thing. So I don't think it should. See, this is the whole sac. I did a little punch on the top, so it's open. See, there it is.
Oh my God, and it was filled up with that stuff.
Yeah, I squeezed the stuff out, so that's why it's not in it anymore.
Oh my God.
Because I made it smaller, like deflated it so I could pull it out.
Oh my gosh, that was so fast.